The Super Saiyan 5 ritual was finally completed with the help of Gohan and Pan in the last chapter of Dragon Ball AF, restoring Goku back to full health and full power. With help from Oob distracting the dragon long enough for the 5 Saiyans to gather around and funnel their ki into Goku, he was able to not only gain his strength back, but unlock a new reserve of Super Saiyan 5 power. Now, Goku has obtained the ultimate force by absorbing the Saiyan power of everyone else. Omega Su Shenron is cooked now, as we can see him trembling in fear. This is a lot like the Super Saiyan God ritual, but something even stronger in my opinion. Goku calls out to him saying that last time, they promised Shenron that the next time for certain, the Earthlings would protect the world with their own hands. So this next attack is the final, he declares. Omega Su Shenron is frozen in place as he can feel full power Super Saiyan 5 Goku's enormous ki like a fierce pressure over his entire body. But something is far different with his ki this time besides it just being larger. Everything we've got is going into this one attack, Goku roars. He launches himself at the dragon, whose eyes almost bulge out of his head as Goku's ki emanates the essence of every Saiyan he absorbed energy from. This first attack displays the silhouette of Pan, as her ferocity can be seen and felt through Goku's kick straight to his gut. This first attack creases the Shadow Dragon and forces him to cough up blood. The next attack, Goten's silhouette can be seen as his power supercharges Goku's punch, decking the Shadow Dragon with a crushing strike to the face. Next is Trunks, whose power surges through Goku and ignites a furious elbow that almost knocks the dragon out cold. The Super Saiyan 5 duo, Goku and Vegeta, can be seen after this as their primal power landing a knee to the chin and sending the Shadow Dragon flying across the battlefield. And finally, Gohan's power takes shape as Goku ends his combo with a devastating uppercut. With the dragon soaring into the air, Goku rushes into the skies to chase him with one final attack, with the power of all Saiyans coursing through him, and pierces through the Shadow Dragon with a Limit Breaker Primal Dragon Fist. One of the most beautiful shots in the entire manga, and I know I say that often, but young Gigi is literally just a god with the pins. Like, you gotta agree with me on that. The dragon is stunned as a burning hole in his torso sears from Goku's power before Goku turns around and begins charging his final attack. "We're really grateful for the Dragon Balls," Goku says, "and I'm sure we may yet have to rely on them again. But we're the cause of the minus energy, so we will be the ones to disperse it." The power of the 5 Saiyans surges through Goku as his limited Kamehameha begins swirling around the battlefield. The dragon is on his last leg as Goku releases his attack, an amazingly beautiful and powerful beam that rips through the sky, and with one last look of fear, the newly born Shadow Dragon, who had absorbed all of the Dragon Balls recently, would be entirely swallowed by Goku's attack. His body would be completely destroyed, turned to dust and ashes by the strongest attack we've ever seen Goku wield. A giant crater gets left in the ground in the wake of Goku's attack as he lets out a sigh of relief, signaling that this battle might finally be over. Goten and Trunks cheer from the ground below as there's no trace of the Shadow Dragon left, and Goku goes back to his base form. Nearby, Kibito Kai gives Oob a dose of the holy water again, which wakes him up and returns him back to normal as he realizes that they did it. Goku actually won. And now, all 7 Dragon Balls have been purified and they're ready for one final use. "Yeah, unfortunately I caused everyone trouble again," Goku says. "Well, let's go summon Shenron at Bulma and the others' place without delay." "Right. Pan's remains are there too," Trunks says. So with that, Kibito Kai instant transmissions everyone back to Earth. Back at Capsule Corp, the bodies of Pan and Gohan are brought back out as they prepare to use the Dragon Balls. "Come forth, Shenron," Goku shouts as the sky goes dark, and the dragon erupts from the magic of the Dragon Balls, finally looking normal again after all these years. Long time no see, Shenron, Goku calls out to their old friend. Our incompetence has caused nothing but hardship until now. Son Goku, you did well to defeat the Shadow Dragon, Shenron admits. And with your power as promised. Because of that power, that sentiment, I'm sure we'll be just fine from here on, Goku says. Now that all of the evil energy has been purified, what wish could you possibly want granted, Shenron asks. Goku takes a moment to reflect on everything that's happened, not just over the last 16 volumes, but honestly the last few decades since he first used the Dragon Balls, and then responds by saying, I'm really sorry for relying on you to the very end, he says. But this one thing is something that only you can do, Shenron. I have one wish that I want granted. Pan, Gohan, and everyone that died in this fight. Please resurrect them, he asks, as Videl and Chi-Chi stand by with tears in their eyes. Understood, Shenron replies, as the dragon's magic engulfs their two bodies. All of a sudden, both Gohan and Videl open their eyes as life is finally restored to them and sit up from their capsules. Finally, after so much hardship and Goku himself having to return, Gohan and Pan are finally restored. A collective sigh of relief can be heard around Capsule Corp as everyone gathered here has tears in their eyes, but they can finally crack a smile that things are back to normal. As Gohan reunites with Goten, Trunks, and Oob, and they fill him in on everything that's happened since he was killed, Pan notices that there's someone else here that wasn't around before. It's Goku. The moment she lays eyes on him, she bursts into tears and runs towards her grandpa, tackling him and giving him a big hug. Welcome back, Grandpa Goku, she says with a huge smile on her face, finally concluding the end of the Shadow Dragon saga once more, and the return of Goku after 3 long years. In this way, the Dragon Balls were safely revived, but that doesn't mean they need to be overused again. And at the same time, the curtains closed on Goku and everyone else's long fight throughout the decades against not only villains that they could see, but their own dependence on the Dragon Balls and the negative energy being built up after all this time. But no, even though this may be the end of this saga, this will never end. The Dragon World never ends, no matter how far we've come. It continues on forever and ever. As long as Son Goku and his friends are there will always be another adventure. Thank you for watching. Leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel for more, and stay tuned for the next part of Dragon Ball AF, because no, this story is still not over.